Hey everybody, how you doing today? As you can see, I'm possessed by the ghost of Paul Walker. Welcome to Interesting Points. Today we're going to be talking about Paul Walker's greatest movie series, Tammy and the T-Rex. So I'm welcome our guest in today. They want to be announced as a team. Here is the family. Ashley, Chris, and Ryan.
Yeah.
You're the cop.
Oh,
if you're a cop, you have to tell us, Josh.
Tell us, Josh.
So today we're talking about Paul Walker's greatest movie, Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
What was it, Joyride?
Oh, I do need to see that movie.
Honestly,
That's been
I'm
on my
going to
list.
say Joyride. If we were just going to jump right into Paul Walker's greatest hits, I think Joyride is one of my favorites.
Joyride, yeah.
Yeah, Joyride.
Joyride, and also he was in Varsity Blues, which I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
I don't want your life.
Yep.
Wait, that was Paul Walker?
No,
That
Johnson
was very-
Creek, I said.
I worked at a movie theater when that movie was running. It was a 2-screen movie theater, and we had that movie for 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
I watched the shit out of that movie, especially the end credits.
Paul Walker played the boy in striped pajamas, didn't he?
Did he?
Nope.
I don't know what that
I
is.
don't think so.
Okay.
He played a boy in Monster in the Closet, and he was in Pleasantville.
Oh.
Oh, Pleasantville. Oh,
Yep.
I love Pleasantville.
He was in the
Oh,
Skulls,
he was in that. Huh.
and he was in a little
Oh.
franchise called The Fast and the Furious. So I think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Oh,
That's Paul
that's
Walker.
Fast. Furious.
So I guess you guys are all
Too
experts in the. I guess you are all experts in the Fast and the Furious. I stopped watching the series after movie 3.
Well, you blew it.
No reason why, other than I thought Tokyo Drift was the highlight of the series. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
We can, but it's tough for us.
Yeah. Honestly, it's my personal highlight. Absolutely.
I do own it on. It might be the only one I own on DVD.
So tell me more about Fast and Furious. I know that you all, if I remember correctly, you all watched them back to back to back.
Yeah. So what was it? You were on to 8. So when Fate of the Furious came out, that
It was
what,
2017, I believe.
2017,
man,
yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think one of us got it in our heads that we were gonna. It's like, okay, let's. You know what? I want to know what Fast and the Furious is about. So,
Right.
I want to be clear. I was always a fan. So
Okay, so Ashley was a fan. I know I
Yeah.
hadn't seen them, but it was like maybe this will be fun.
Mhm.
So I plotted out. I went and looked up the run times.
Yep.
We plotted it out. These guys came over to my house because I lived down the street from a movie theater.
Mhm.
We watched, I believe, 4 movies one night. Went
Yeah.
to sleep. Woke up in the morning. Watched 5, 6, and 7, and then went to the movie theater and watched 8.
Yeah. And in between each movie, we all got in Ryan's Prius and we drove to beat a train on the track. It was
And
really
we
great.
made it 6 times.
Yeah. Twice the speed crash. Yeah.
That's like when I watched. We decided to watch all the Lord of the Rings extended editions back to back to back.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you honestly, by hour 10 or hour 11, when the voice in the mouth of small piece of Sauron comes out with those giant teeth, it's not impressive. It's not scary. It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I literally
man.
lost it. I can't watch the movies ever again because of that.
We probably with 8, it's about 16 hours. Like each one's probably about 2 hours. And granted, we split it up into 2 8-hour things, but like it was the biggest event of 2017, the biggest American event in 2017, if you ask me.
And I think the later ones are actually longer. They go over 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they kind
they
of follow the trend of like Hollywood's blockbusters of going longer and longer, where now a standard movie is like 2 hours 15 minutes, where it used to be 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is obnoxious. I don't
Actually,
like it.
the 70s had a big run of huge hits that were just exceptionally long. Like,
Yeah,
Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now. They were just like 189 minutes, 200 minutes.
Oh yeah.
well,
Well,
that's when the
Walker-
studios were shooting wads of cash at at directors just to do whatever the fuck they wanted,
That's true.
and it bankrupted United Artists. So there you go.
That's true. I bring up a point and just make everybody sad.
Yeah.
So Fast and Furious. I've seen the first one. I've seen the second one. I've seen the third one. Let me think. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, who actually plays two of my favorite characters outside of the Fast and Furious franchise. He was the Iron Giant.
Iron Giant, yeah.
And he was Groot.
Yes.
So he shows range on Iron Giant.
He showed his range on Iron. Yeah. Well, actually, you got to admit he had plenty of range as Groot because he's just saying "I am Groot" and putting so much emotion into "I am Groot."
Yeah, I mean, you eliminate one of the axes on the graph, and then you have the entire other one to just dedicate all your focus to.
Yeah.
Right.
So tell me about what about Vin Diesel in this movie, in these movie series, is good, and what is bad? Because I know he had problems with the Rock.
Well, so
I would say on screen, literally nothing is bad. Off screen, it seems like he might be a straight up crazy.
yeah, I mean, the problem is so Josh, you watched the first three.
Yes.
Vin Diesel was only in the first
one.
Yeah, so
not in the second
cameo.
he got all pissy. He got all pissy and just left and didn't do the second movie or the third movie. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, he was too busy doing Riddick at that point.
That's right. He
Riddick
did.
And, Coco PhD points out Triple X as well.
Triple X, yes.
I think he thought Triple X was going to be a bigger franchise deal than Fast and the Furious. I just rewatched right before this started the trailer for the fourth one when he comes back, which is a bad one. It's not good.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I got a question for you. What is it with Vin Diesel in the second movie? Him not being in? Because he wasn't a Triple X 2 either. It was Ice Cube.
He's big time.
That's his off-screen issue again. Would be my guess.
Yeah. Every time he is asked to do a sequel, he's like, I just want to go back and play World of Warcraft. Like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah, he does love World of Warcraft. He loves D&D.
He does. He does.
He's the Shannon Doherty of the Fast and the Furious actors.
I'm sure he would love to hear that.
Somebody at one point turned to him and said it's a sailboat, and he told him fuck off.
So, Josh, you saw you saw the first three movies when the series was
just
ostensibly about car racing.
Yeah.
And car thievery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
becomes a superhero franchise.
It does.
Like so, the last one, I count Hobbs and Shaw as part of the franchise. Hobbs and Shaw is a straight up superhero movie.
Okay, well,
like Idris Elba is a cyborg.
Jesus Christ.
And I mean, The Rock he's not a cyborg in the movie, but he is superhuman.
In real life, he is a cyborg.
Yeah. I believe in the sixth or seventh one, they drive a car through like the three tallest towers in Dubai.
Yeah.
Crash on the ground and they're fine.
Well, there's that one where they it's like the highway chase and like Vin Diesel like fucking like jumps out of a helicopter and shoots a harpoon into a car windshield that then pulls them in. Like, yeah. Gal Gadot got Wonder Woman because they saw her in Fast and Furious.
And Ronda Rousey has no career because they saw her in Fast and Furious.
Right.
Yeah.
And Vin Diesel's dead.
Yeah. And now both of those Gal Gadot and Ronda Rousey, their characters are dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Women do not make it very far in this franchise.
Yeah, even Letty died for 2 movies, so
He did. Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Walker didn't make it that far either.
Well, hey.
Actually,
no, in the franchise, he's still alive.
He made me say it. He made me say it. The ghost made me say it.
So he lives on in the franchise. He is not dead. He retired, and he and Dominic split at the floor, and he's right. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're totally going to digitally insert him in another movie, aren't they?
I'm afraid that they might. They very well could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think after the one he died mid-filming, and then they finished the film out with his brother, who looks a lot like him.
Yeah,
Saul Walker. And It's crazy how they made it work, but you can definitely tell at least 3 or 4 times you're like, that's just not Paul Walker.
Yeah, he's kind of sitting like this, but the face is here.
Yeah.
And if he has to talk, I think there's like twice where he has to actually talk, even though it's not long. And you're like, what is happening? What?
They put the top face over the bottom. It's like kind of a feathered line, maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
The wild thing is they could have killed him. They could have like had his character die.
Yeah.
Just
And
flip a car one time. And like, oh no, he died.
Yeah, nobody else in the series fucking dies. They die and then they just come back like Han. He's just back, right?
Yeah. Or they're women and they're dead.
Who plays Han?
No, Han is not just back, David. You know this. Han dies in Tokyo Drift, but Tokyo Drift takes place after the 6th movie.
No, but we see it's not for sure. And also, speaking of Tokyo Drift, I need to point out before we forget. Remember, Tokyo Drift takes place after all the movies, but it's hilarious because it comes out in 2006 and everyone's using flip phones, but it's supposed to be like 2020.
Yeah, if you go back and rewatch Tokyo Drift from the perspective that it was supposed to be in whatever year was after 6, it's insane.
6.
Right. Well, they were like, fuck it. Like it's like we can. This is just it now, and they're like, okay, like they don't have to explain it.
I can understand. I mean, it's an alternate reality where Samsung and Apple just disappeared.
Right.
And only Nokia and Motorola took control.
Yeah.
And where Jason Statham killed Han, and then Jason Statham went on to be one of the heroes in the last movie.
The hero, yeah.
And it's not okay.
Jason Statham's in this too.
So that's he's he's Shaw. He's Shaw. So that is a running trend in these movies as well. A bad guy gets introduced, a charismatic bad guy like The Rock or like Jason Statham, and rather than defeating this bad guy, they defeat him and then he joins the family
and they
becomes a good guy, even though Shaw killed Han, like you pointed out. They're like, oh yeah, you're cool.
They actually had some sort of I'm remembering some sort of flashback where they tried to make it seem like Jason Statham didn't kill Han. Like in the end, something else happened. So like Jason Statham thought he killed Han, intended to kill Han, but in the end, Han survived the explosion, was killed by somebody else.
Right.
That happened in 8 or whatever. I think it was Charlize Theron or something. Like in 8, didn't they try to make her like some sort of ultimate bad guy that came out of nowhere with terrible tiny braids? Right. And like they had a flashback to Tokyo Drift where Jason Statham tried to kill Han and Han survives and Charlize Theron is actually the one who kills him. And I think that was to try and make us get over the fact that Jason Statham killed Han and then became like a good guy, and Han is obviously the best character in the franchise. So
I actually had a big hard on for Han the whole time.
I just looked up Han and found out something about Han that I did not know. Han was actually in a movie franchise, Better Luck Tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which directed by Justin Lin, which is a fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. And he's
Tokyo Drift.
He's the same character.
Yeah.
From the Better Luck Tomorrow that he is in Tokyo Drift.
Oh,
do you know the full name of Han's character?
I can look it up right now.
It's you're gonna grimace.
It's Han Lu.
Oh, really?
Or Han Solo.
Yeah, that's the one.
Han
Jesus
Solo.
Christ.
Han Solo. Yeah.
Han C-3PO.
Well, we all know that Han drifted first.
Yep.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
I'm drifting.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna make a lot of Star Wars jokes. I'm gonna have to be.
We're switching topics.
We didn't do it. Let me change the background.
Yeah.
Man.
It was all a ploy to get you to listen to Star Wars jokes, actually.
Exactly.
Guys are always trying to trick me into listening to them talk about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Finally, you guys.
Yeah, there are resources out there to explain the timeline of this whole thing. You can look up videos that will set the events in order, and because 3 they retcon a lot into the later threads of the movies.
Christ. I mean, it's. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it eventually. I am. I will. It's.
Sure.
I love The Rock too much to not watch it.
They're an incredibly good time. They truly are. They're big, dumb, loud movies with great action set pieces.
Yeah,
and the whole franchise is a great exercise in heightening. Like, so the very first movie, Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, and his gang, they are hijacking trucks and stealing CRT TV DVD player combos.
DVD combos.
DVD TV.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they're stealing. In the 8th movie, he and his gang are in Siberia, driving on the ice, fighting a surfaced Russian or some kind of nuclear submarine.
Submarine, yeah.
That's where we've gone. This, I believe they plan to go to 10. This will end in space. They're gonna go to space.
That's some Metal Gear Solid shit. Like that's the Metal Gear Solid heightening. Like it's like,
if they follow Leprechaun heightening, they're gonna go to space and then go to the hood.
Didn't they start in the hood?
Back to the hood.
Back to the hood.
They're in LA at the beginning. They do a lot of grilling and drinking Coronas.
Right.
Yes.
And Budweisers, but they don't say that. Yeah. They mention the Coronas.
It was like Cars in the Hood.
Yeah.
Well, they do, and actually, God, it comes back in what, the 4th or 5th movie? There's a big race out in the desert, a big car race called.
That's in the 5th.
It's in the 1st and then the 5th movie. Yeah. They bring it back. Yeah. It's called Race Wars.
Race Wars.
It's called Race Wars.
Oh,
yep.
And they brought it back in the 5th.
Yeah, that name didn't change the name.
It came out in 1999. They could have been like, that movie does drop a not fuck, but the other F-bomb. None of the other movies do. They could have left it in the past, but they brought that one back.
Well, the first movie is masterfully unaware. You said like they're like, I can't wait for Race Wars. They say it like 10 times.
Yeah, we got to get to Race Wars. It's like, oh my god, stop saying Race Wars.
And also,
say a lot.
In the first 40 seconds of the movie, a character calls somebody else a very derogatory slur that starts with the letter F.
The other F word.
And then he goes up to Paul Walker and says, "What is this
Frenchman?"
I'm not going to say. And then he goes up to Paul Walker and is like, "What is this guy? Sandwich crazy?" And I have to tell you that is the greatest line of dialogue.
His favorite line. It is David's favorite line.
I said it at least 1,000 times. And
it's the kind of thing that you start a fight with. Like right. That's how I start my fights. What are you, sandwich crazy?
Right. You still picking your feet in Poughkeepsie? It's Pop. What's his name? Pop, Gene Hackman and French Connection.
I just walk into a Subway and I'm a Tasmanian devil of punching.
Just waiting for someone to call you sandwich crazy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you need an eating disorder.
Very weird neat one.
Yeah. That's what the guy 10 was.
That's gonna go in the. I mean, I forgot about it. It's been such a long time since I've seen it that I forgot about most of the stuff. But then again, I didn't pick it apart like you guys did.
Just to get some backstory for those people who haven't seen the movie, Josh, he is called Sandwich Crazy because he keeps buying sandwiches at this auto body shop that also sells sandwiches because Dom Toretto's sister is hot and works the sandwich counter. And so this guy sees him at the counter all the time. And that's where he's like, what is this guy? Sandwich crazy?
And there's no indication in this building that there's refrigeration or anything.
It's a sweaty garage. I'm watching it right now. I'm going to see if they say the line.
But like below the counter, I think are just cans of nitrous.
Yeah. Maybe it's leaking. The nitrous is leaking into the air.
What kind of sandwich is he having? I don't know.
Maybe they're not serving sandwiches. I mean, maybe people are hallucinating. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it's just like when he gets the sandwich, it's like 2 slices of bread, and I think it's just like tuna. Like
it's up here as the tuna scene.
Yeah, he always orders a tuna sandwich and
tuna sandwich. Yeah,
out of a garage.
Yeah,
and she's sweaty. She's sexy. Don't get me wrong. She's sexy as hell.
Oh yeah. We were all
Sweaty.
crazy horny the whole time.
She's sexy because all she's eating is tuna fish sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny because of that tuna.
It's like egg salad sandwiches from a gas station. You don't eat that.
Oh, yeah. Consistency is not great. I think after Sandwich Crazy, I kind of just went into a haze for the rest of it.
Right. Do you guys want me to play the clip?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
I
do
want
it.
to see this. I
Let
want
me
to see
see
this.
here.
I'm afraid this is
I
going to
lost
kick
it.
everybody out.
This is. It might. You know what? It might. I think this is.
You got to live life by Chris's nickname. You know.
We're mile at a time,
All the
baby.
time.
All right. Here we go. All right. I'll play it from here.
All right. Oh, Toretto's. Yeah, I remember this.
Ugh,
She
look
is
at that
sweating.
glisten.
She's
Glistening.
This is a
Tuna-
big ass sandwich
No.
counter. It's
Tuna
like a
on white, no crust is the order.
Mm,
Ugh.
Yeah, we can't hear anything.
Oh, you
At least
can't.
I
Oh, well, I screwed it up.
that's okay.
That's all right. We got the idea. We
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
we get to
this
see
is
her.
the-
We get to
this
see her
is the
glisten.
vibe. This is an
Yeah.
LA garage tuna sandwich shop.
I also forgot that they filmed this with like the filter. It looks like they're on Mars. Like
Yeah.
everything is so orange.
Yeah,
CPM. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dusty. It's dusty too.
Yeah, right.
It was also she wasn't the only one glistening. Like Paul Walker was pretty wet too.
His
It's
hair.
It's like they sprayed everybody before they put him on camera.
I don't
Like,
want to
already-
brag, but I lived in LA for a while. I grew up there. It's a very hot place. I was sweaty for most of my childhood. I was sweaty for a long time. So I believe this.
I'm a big guy, so I sweat all the time too. So I mean, I'm not trying to brag here, but
Might not want to move to LA.
no, I'm not going to move to LA.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the beautiful people of LA like Ryan.
Mhm.
So tell me more about what I want to know about is the Rock's involvement and who else was it? Tay Diggs? Is that who else is in it?
Yeah. So
No, it's like
Diggs-
Tyrese.
No,
That's-
Tyrese. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've
And
the
Ludacris.
T and
Ludacris.
Ludacris.
And Helen Mirren.
Tell me.
So before we get to Ludacris,
Yeah,
Ja
actually-
Rule is in the first one. They were
Yeah.
positioning him to be
Oh, right.
the rapper actor crossover, and he dropped out after the first one to go be Ja Rule, and we saw how he
And they
turned
got
out.
Ludacris up in there. Yeah.
So they got Ludacris and Tyrese in the second one. Was Tyrese was he the first bad guy?
No,
guy?
he was an
He was a
older
friend, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
he was
He's
a
a
friend of
friend.
Paul Walker's.
of Paul Walker's. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, they're
before
like
he became a
Oh,
cop.
that's right.
they're down
Yeah.
in like Florida or somewhere in the
Yeah.
swampy south.
Yeah, so this is great. So they're friends, and before Paul's a cop, but then Paul in the first one gets him locked up, so goes to jail.
Mhm.
Shows up in the second one is like, "Hey, bud." They have this huge fight while he's still in jail, and they don't break up the fight, even though it's technically a federal agent that's getting beat up by prisoners.
Right. He's got this.
And the fight gets done, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll come with you and help you." And so he gets him out of jail, and they go on this epic race to
How do you
basically.
remember so much about the second one? It's trash.
Oh, it's one of my
not
favorites. What are you talking about?
You're a psycho.
And so they go on this like epic journey to take down this drug, because at this point Paul Walker is still a cop, right? He hasn't totally betrayed the blues.
I've completely
And so,
forgot.
like,
Yeah.
they're going after this drug lord basically in the second movie.
Right. It was
The
the
fourth
introduction
one
to
was an
Tyrese.
FBI agent.
Yeah.
Right. The second one was where Tyrese and Ja Rule-Chris became.
No, he's only Ludacris.
Yeah,
Ludacris,
Ludacris deserves it.
he is great in these movies.
He is.
I love him.
So,
Um,
what other I know there's a lot of little guest stars, or not really guest stars. I mean, it's not really a TV show, but more like guest appearances or one-shot appearances, like Ludacris and Ja Rule and stuff like that. Like, who else is in this series? Like, that
Everyone.
would.
Older brother from Home Improvement. He's at the beginning of Tokyo
Oh,
Drift.
That's right. He is.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
What's
Talk
his
about
name?
a guest spot.
I know. Let's start with the big names first.
What's his name? What's his name?
It's Zachary
Zach- no.
something.
Yeah.
No, he was Zach in the show.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think it was Ryan.
Oh no, he was Brad in the show. Zachary Ty
Brad.
Bryan. Yeah, Zachary Ty
Yeah,
Bryan.
yeah, John Bryan. That's right.
He got in trouble with the law recently.
He did get in trouble with the
Yeah.
law.
Yeah.
For
But yeah,
Tokyo
he plays a high school douchebag at the beginning of Tokyo Drift. No,
Right.
he can't drift. He's driving his daddy's Corvette.
He is.
Trying to get that Billy Zabka money.
Yeah.
He races against. So I still cannot get over. So the main guy in Tokyo Drift is this actor Lucas Black, who at the time and at the time of filming he was 23, and he's playing a high school student, which isn't a huge age gap, but he looks 40. He looks like everybody else looks like they're in high school. He looks like a Vietnam veteran hanging out.
He really does.
He really
And
is.
he's never had
Jesus.
sushi.
He is. I could do this whole thing about Tokyo Drift. About
I
how
know Tokyo Drift is so good. I mean, it's bad, but it's so good. You know,
it was after 3 where they were like, "Fuck, like this sucks ass. We need to do something for 4." And then 4.
Well, that's what I was. Sorry, that's what I was saying earlier. I watched the trailer right before this, and at the end, the tagline is like new adventures, same cast. Basically, it was just like, I really fucked that up. It was basically like, don't worry, we bought the old cast back. We know that 2 and 3 were shit, but look, we bought back Vin Diesel.
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
Dude was not in high school.
He's
Right?
23 years old.
He has 2
That's
kids.
from the movie.
Yeah.
Really, see, he's won awards. He was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award.
What?
What?
He was the kid in Sling Blade.
For oldest.
Oh.
Oh my god.
He looks like he survived mustard gas attacks.
Oh my god.
He's a World War I vet.
He is.
He was
in
at Pearl
1917.
Harbor.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man.
I love that guy.
Yeah, so Josh,
He also shows up briefly in a later movie helping out Dom, I think. He's like
Yes.
giving him information.
Right.
I'm just reading it now. He comes back in 8 as a cameo, and then
8, yeah.
yeah.
oh, Bow Wow was in Tokyo Drift.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he's another like American expat, I think like an army
Right.
brat.
Well, he's the knowledgeable black friend who helps.
Yeah, with the cool flip phone.
Yeah, who helps our boomer high school student.
In
Yeah,
an
no,
Asian
it's
country, there's a lot wrong with 3 racially. We'll just say it. It's not doesn't hold up.
There is a point where he's in the cafeteria during lunch at the school, and he's looking at this delicious like Japanese platter, and he looks fucking bewildered. Like
Never
he
seen
looks like,
sushi.
yeah, he looks like if you gave a caveman like a physics homework assignment. He's just like, and it's so fucking ridiculous. And I think I cut off Chris though. Chris, were you gonna?
Yeah, Chris, you were gonna say
I
something.
was just gonna say the amount of ass shots in the first 3 movies.
Oh right.
It is insane.
Yeah.
There
Even
are
on the
so many
girl.
ass shots.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
If you like asses that have spent a lot of time in cars,
Very flat.
watch these movies because
Yeah, they're all flat.
you're gonna like it.
Wow, you know my kink.
Yeah.
Nothing
Big
Josh
calves
likes
and
is
flat
flat
ass.
ass.
I feel like a flat car ass.
Yep.
Yeah, so what I was going to say was there was a big pivot, right? So the flat asses, but beyond 3 gone, right? So
Right.
they were like, we're not doing racing. We're not doing flat asses. We're doing heists.
And fat ass.
and curvy asses. And that was the shift. So that's what you missed, Josh. Is like
Damn it. That's my other kink.
Yeah.
Heist and
It's
road
incredible.
actors.
Yeah.
So it turned into Ocean's 11 for the Miami set. So
Oh,
A
Yeah,
bit,
no, these
yeah.
movies-
For in the middle movies, definitely.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Han was the Brad Pitt. He was always eating something.
Right.
Every scene
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
in, just like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
Yeah, he was eating peanuts. At one point, he swallows a whole turkey. It's,
It's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the bad guys in basically 5, 6, 7, and now all those bad guys basically have stayed, right? So Charlize Theron is Cypher, and she's like a cybersecurity, she hacks into stuff, right, and does all of them stay alive,
With
and they
amazing
all
hair.
continue to exist.
with amazing hair, yeah.
But there's no way Charlize Theron stays alive. That's why there's like no real guest stars because they all come back. There's no one-offs. Like they literally, once they're in the movie for 5 minutes in the second one, they're a staple of the cast in 7.
Oh yeah,
Like, they're never gone. Like Helen Mirren was in 8, she's coming back. Like The Rock was a bad guy, then they
Dame
bought
Helen
a
Mirren?
good guy.
Yeah.
Dame Helen Mirren.
She Paul's mom.
Oh my God! So I'm just
right.
Victim's mom.
not to bring this up, but I was looking to see who directed the first one because I forgot it was Rob Cohen who directed some real stinkers on his own. But I did notice that the first one actually won an award. It won the Stinkers Bad Movie Award for most intrusive score.
Yeah, there's a lot of like early
Rob, we got a
2000s kind of electronic inspired butt rock that works its way like
Like
Just
wannabe
a lot-
Nickelbacks, like not even good enough to be Nickelback.
like it would be in a video game from 2001.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the soundtrack, and it's some awful things.
I will say though that one of the it was 5 that had a fucking kick-ass theme, like dun, 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 dun. It's really
Keep
good.
going, David. Keep going.
That's all. You
I-
know what? Dun, dun, dun.
Are you singing Pony? But
It is not Pony.
And actually, the first soundtrack does have rolling.
yeah. It's a very Kid Rock vibe. Actually, here I still have that scene up. I can play a little bit right after he does donuts in the Dodger Stadium parking
Wait, do you
lot.
have the sound up now?
I can, yes, yeah. Dodger Stadium, which is a now a huge coronavirus testing site in Los Angeles.
I'll bring it back to that, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
all of a sudden it's 2020 up in here.
Yep. Can you hear it now?
Yep. So much crazy.
Oh, that's right. I remember it suffered for the fact that every single time someone was in a car, the music had to be bumping.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You assume this is the music they're listening to.
Yeah, and then it just keeps going on.
Yeah, this is the flow is like Butterfly.
Yes.
Butterfly. But
Crazy town.
that is so of the time.
Yep.
Man, serious
God.
about rock.
Crazy
He
town.
drove across town to get that sandwich. I'm sorry, we're circling back.
It's all right. I mean, we'll have
So
a
he
sequel
came
to
from
the show.
Dodger Stadium. That looks like it could be on the east side of LA there. So maybe Olympia Park. I think he wasn't driving too far.
Okay.
I mean,
Now he went a ways to Dodger Stadium though. That's pretty out of the way.
I guess he was intentionally going there because he
Yeah.
was undercover trying to get in with Dom. So
And eat sandwiches.
Ryan, I've been to LA once. I know Olympia Park.
Yeah.
That's Olympia Park. I don't know.
But no, you were on
Yeah.
the west side.
so who's everyone's favorite character in the movies? Let's start
Well,
with you, Ryan.
Man, I mean, I do love Shaw in this. I love Jason Statham. He's
Yeah.
such a good time.
Oh,
But
Jason
Statham.
He's
Yeah,
usually the best part of the movies that he's in.
he is. There's a great scene in is it 7 or is it 8 with the baby on the plane?
It's eight.
It's 8. Yeah. He's got headphones on a baby in a little car seat carrier, and he has to. He's carrying the baby through. He has to put the baby down, shoot people on the plane, fire a gun on a plane, pick the baby up, move forward, shoot more people. It's very well done.
He was fantastic in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels too.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna go. My favorite actor from that, and I don't mean to take over the thing away from it, but he was also in my favorite actor in that, Vinnie Jones.
Oh yeah,
he was also in It's Gone in 60 Seconds as it's the Sphinx.
Oh shit, yeah.
So another car movie, but Vinnie Jones is amazing. Vinnie Jones used to be a professional footballer in the UK.
Yeah,
there's a very famous picture of him where he got pissed off at the ref and walked past the ref and just grabbed the ref's testicles and squeezed.
Was that his last football game?
I think it was his last football game.
I would have loved if he just had a yellow card for that.
Watch yourself.
Do it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Deckard Shaw. Shaw.
All right, yeah, all right. Mine's Vinnie Jones from Gone in 60 Seconds.
How dare you? Another car franchise.
Yeah.
Ashley, what about you? I'm guessing Han.
Yeah, it's definitely Han.
Can you expound on that?
I want to say, just to speak to my commitment to how much I love Han, I have created a T-shirt with his face on it that I sleep in. I also legitimately cried at the end of 6 when I realized he was like, so after he comes back from Tokyo Drift happens, and then he just shows up in the 4th movie, and you're like, what? And then he's like, they kind of established that he's like, oh, I was thinking about going to Tokyo. I've always wanted to go to Tokyo. And at the end of every movie, he's like, I think maybe I'll go to Tokyo now. And like, nah, don't go yet. And then at the end of 6, he's like, I think I'm going to go to Tokyo now because his girlfriend, Wonder Woman, got sucked into a plane and died.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think I'm going to go to Tokyo now. And Dom's like, all right, have fun in Tokyo. And I was like, no, that's where you die.
Oh, wait, I can save you.
Yeah. I can fully appreciate sleeping in the Han shirt. I have a Vinnie Jones. I have Vinnie Jones PJs. Where it's his hand on my crotch.
They're extra tight in there for that authentic squeeze.
Oh, Vinny.
David, what about you?
My favorite character in the Fast and Furious franchise is the old Japanese man at the docks who watches our 45-year-old high schooler drift and says, you call that drifting?
David made us rewind that like 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that, and the one girl at a race in Fast and Furious 2 who I thought looked like our friend Francesca.
Let me see, David. I think I've got it here.
Okay.
Actually, interestingly enough, that old man on the dock, he's Keiichi Tsuchiya. He's actually known as the Drift King.
The Drift King? Is he actually?
He's actually the Drift King. He's known as the Drift King.
Holy shit!
Wow. I thought you were going to transition to Star Wars again.
No, he's actually one of the biggest drift.
Wow.
Whoa. Right, our resident dumbass is the worst driver in the world.
That's because he's a World War vet.
Is it the guy in the red hat or the blue vest?
His cataracts are actually.
He's not used to pedals on a car.
Right. He's used to the Flintstone car.
David, which guy?
That guy right there.
Yeah, that's Keiichi Tsuchiya.
There he is. We did it.
Wow.
What a fun Easter egg. That's good.
He's actually one of the people who's popularized drifting as a motorsport.
Whoa.
So the movie was based on him. That's a good choice, David.
He's Tokyo Drift.
God, it is the most jock thing ever that I make some dumbass some stupid joke and he's like, well, here's actually a whole thing about it. I'm like,
well, it is my show and it is interesting points. So.
It is. Well done.
Crushed it.
Oh my
I didn't mean. I just wanted to look up to see who it was because I thought it might be Sonny Chiba, who's a very famous actor. But Sonny Chiba's in Tokyo Drift. Little did I know it was actually someone who literally invented the sport of drifting.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
I mean, it's almost. Ken Block was another person they probably should have had in a movie. He probably was in one of the movies. Honestly, Ken Block is one of the best drifters.
Everyone's been at least one of the movies, Josh.
Right.
So,
they got to run through a lot of characters.
Yo, call up Block. We got to get Block on this.
So, Chris, what about you?
All right, so I know this is cheating, but I got a tie. Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, and Luke Hobbs, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's the reason. So I'll start with The Rock. There's a scene, and I think it's 7 or 8, where he's on the back. No, it's in 8 because he's in his homeland, and he's in the back of a truck. He throws a chain onto a helicopter.
Yep.
And he holds on. I gotta back up. So I'm holding on to the truck with one hand, and he's holding on to the chain that's attached to the helicopter with the other hand, and he pulls the helicopter in.
Yeah.
How did you know that wasn't a stunt?
Helicopter.
He's that strong.
Yeah, that wasn't a stunt.
Right.
Was this in Hobbs and Shaw?
I don't think it was.
It was hot.
Yeah, I've got it here. I've got it here.
Sure.
All right, hold on.
And while you're bringing it up, just so you know, Ken Block, one of the best drifters in the world, has never seen a Fast and Furious movie.
What?
Even the one he was
Well, we actually have him backstage. Come on out here.
Ken Block!
Ken Block!
Let's go.
Oh, so that's Idris Elba. He's the villain in Hobbs and Shaw, and is a legit cyborg.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if sexy is
They're
a
on.
cyborg.
I believe they're on the island of Samoa here. He escaped to Samoa.
Yep. Jason Statham draws the eye.
Wait for it.
Now, so this is the latest movie. Remember, the first movie, they're stealing DVDs.
Yeah.
The DVDs are worth millions of dollars, by the way.
That's some vintage. That's some vintage electronics right there.
Oh yeah.
So which movie does The Rock eat 52 pounds of cod a day?
Every single one. Also Moana.
That's it here.
Oh, it's right. I think it's right
You're
there.
welcome.
Yep.
Whoa.
I mean, we don't have anything after this. Let's just finish out.
Let's just watch all of them. All right, we're gonna do it. All 9 movies.
Right
We're
here.
gonna stream it on Twitch.
Yeah,
Tribby
do it.
Studios coming your way.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
So good.
Yep, that's
fucking badass! Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the intestinal fortitude to be able to
Oh
do
my
it.
god! I'm
Yeah,
I'm
after
so
we saw-
pumped after watching that.
After we saw that, we went out to the parking lot, wrapped a chain around Ryan's front bumper, and we all did that.
Yeah.
and that's how we had 3 separated shoulders.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So
And I gotta say, just on Letty, Letty is the most badass, sexy, strong woman in this like movie series that I like. I don't know what it is. Like I'm just crazy. I get sandwich crazy.
I was gonna say.
I get sandwich crazy when I see this girl.
yeah, Michelle Rodriguez is hot and sexy in anything she does.
Yeah, I know,
she's
but
always, she's always the badass. Always.
she's got like but Josh, it's more. She's got motor grease on her, and
She's looking very early 2000s.
Every time we're in a helicopter and Avatar, Chris is just going nuts.
Oh man, look at that.
yeah, I mean it's intense. It's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she was great. And was it Resident Evil? She was in the first Resident Evil.
Oh man.
She was. I know a lot of stuff about a lot of
Yes, you do.
So,
I also do have to point out, piggybacking off Chris's props for The Rock, and also shout out to Coco PhD in the chat. And Josh, you'd like this. In Fast 5, I'm pretty sure, The Rock, he straight up rock bottoms a dude through a glass coffee table. And it's not a like slam that kind of looks like the rock bottom. No, he grabs and like throws his arm over rock bottom. They were just like, sure, you're The Rock, do it.
he did that in Scorpion King, and he did that in The Rundown too. When he was just The Rock, when he wasn't Dwayne Johnson.
Oh well, now it's not cool. That's his own.
No, it's still cool because they felt they had to put it in this one. But
Right.
It's just amazing that actually the CGI Rock did a rock bottom in the Mummy Returns.
That's got to be like, that's probably written into his contract. Like every movie that he's done,
Yeah.
they're like, you got to let him do his signature wrestling.
It is Rider, nothing but pink starbursts, and he's allowed to do the rock bottom one. And it will be in semi-slow motion. Like it's always like paused almost, like look what's happening.
Right.
This is happening.
I have to rock bottom, and I have to pull a feat of engineering at some point.
Does he ever do the eyebrow? Does he ever do the eyebrow?
Does he?
I don't think they ever like
does.
zoom in on it, but like he's.
I mean, he just kind of has a natural eyebrow.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, that was always pronounced in his early movies too. Was he was always had to do the people's eyebrow.
Right.
But I mean, that's usually what they do with wrestlers, though. I mean, it's happened to pretty much every wrestler. Like I think Hulk Hogan did a leg drop in Suburban Commando, or
The Nanny.
or Andre the Giant picked up somebody for a slam in Princess Bride.
Right.
Oh
They're
yeah.
there for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's amazing when they do it, though. It's funny when they do it. Like it's because it takes you out of the movie completely. Like you're like okay now I'm watching a wrestler. Okay, yeah.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, Fast and Furious from 5 on was just straight up like it's like
They didn't
Marvel,
care.
it's Marvel movies being like
Aware.
aware and like you want to see that cool fucking thing. Sure, who cares? We're doing it.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do that's ridiculous that you'll like. And I think before we go, can we definitely watch the trailer for the new one? Because I'm so horny for John Cena.
Ashley, I was going to ask if Josh knew. I was going to mention there's more wrestling. They bring in another wrestler for Fast 9. Yes,
It's crazy.
Sorry,
They brought in John Cena and Eugene. Josh,
Eugene?
No.
Oh wait, isn't who?
John Cena and Doink the Clown.
Well, I was looking it up.
Well, Roman Reigns was
Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roman Reigns was in the Hobbs and Shaw.
yeah.
I'm sure one of the
He's
Usos,
in-
maybe. I don't know.
He's related to The Rock somehow.
Right.
But yeah,
All
it's
right, here we
actually through it's a weird convoluted thing the way they're related. They're actually not actually related. It's the family blood is together.
They drink Coronas together. Yeah.
Yeah, Corona brother. They each cut
Corona
their
means-
hands and poured Corona in it
Corona means family.
and rubbed it together.
They're related because he killed a dear friend of theirs 1 movie ago.
And that's
how it works.
family.
The funny thing is that's exactly what happened to him in real life.
The other spilled blood, the blue blood. The noodle.
Let's watch this
So
trailer.
we got the trailer here. This was supposed to come out May of this year, but for obvious reasons did not, and they chose not to go the video on demand route. They're holding out.
Yeah,
And you know what? I think they're right for doing it because you got to see these movies on the big screen.
I agree.
I can't anymore. So thank you for making me feel bad.
Probably none of us will be able to, honestly. So here we go.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh, that Vin Diesel voice.
And I was sandwich crazy.
I am Groot.
Oh, look at that.
I will always be in your heart.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you.
She wearing a gun belt in the house?
I think she is.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to.
That is sexy.
Very special. It's for protection from what's coming.
What's coming?
What's coming is Paul Walker. Paul Walker's ghost.
All right, Dom. What's
Luda?
next? Yes.
The Luda Christmas.
I might need to amend my favorite to Luda.
I am not to be compared to you.
No one outruns their past.
Tyrese is underrated.
Oh.
It's pretty hilarious.
See you trying your best to
Yeah.
become me.
and mine.
Oh shit!
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Caught up to me.
He's a better actor than people give him credit for.
So we're up against a master thief, assassin, high performance driver,
In TV DVD combos.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
He caught that car.
Steen Diesel.
It looked like a Riddick. That looked like a shot from Riddick.
It's his brother. John Cena's his brother.
Look at that hair.
Smarter than Dom.
His head broke the wall.
He's stronger than Dom.
Could you kill him?
Wow.
Because I'm ready if
My
you
2-year-old has that hair.
There's nothing more powerful
It's like-
than love of
It's like the
family.
Three Stooges.
You turn that into
Yeah.
there's nothing more
It's light
dangerous.
mo. Light mode mo.
maybe this is the end, but we're gonna go out together.
Ooh,
You know,
John Cena
I
rocking the
like to
turtleneck
think
and
that's
chain on that one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Drop kick.
yes. Hit him in the nuts.
Let's get to work.
Please tell me that's
What
not
the
a
fuck?
Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No, that's not impressive.
Nice.
That all blood is family. That's what, yeah.
Jesus.
Family.
Whoa, hello.
Here to take you down, little brother.
Well, it's like they've taken every Stallone movie and rolled it into one thing. You got Cliffhanger, you got Rambo.
I think you're right on about the Metal Gear Solid comparison. Like, yeah, they just throw everything in there plot-wise.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, watch this. This is amazing.
Yeah, all right.
Hold on.
Tell me you're
Yes.
not thinking what I think you're
Little
thinking.
Do
extra
it.
Nas.
Do it. Nos.
How often is that line? How often is that line said in the movie? Don't tell me that you're not thinking of doing what I think you're doing.
Oh, that at least 1,000 times.
Do it.
Yep.
Nice.
That car would have snapped apart. It would have snapped apart.
Wait for it.
Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
Always eating.
Wait. Why wasn't Brock Lesnar in F5?
It's on.
Get,
John's alive.
get
Why
tickets
was-
now.
Why wasn't Brock Lesnar in Fast and Furious 5? It could have been the F5.
It could have.
Anyways,
I would give any amount of money for Fast and Furious 10 to just be a remake of like Kramer versus Kramer with the
A really serious family drama.
I will say it has the best naming convention of any movie series I've seen. It's amazing the way they worked in the Fast and Furious for the fourth one, and then the
sure.
Too Fast, Too Furious, and Fast 5 and
Fast 5, yeah. Fate of the
Fate
Furious.
of the Furious. They just kept trying.
Yeah. Fast
I mean-
and the Cleverness.
Yeah, Fast and the Fleviness. The Fix and the Furious.
Yeah.
So, anyways, one last question for you all, and then we'll wrap it up. What's your favorite movie in the series?
Man.
And I'll start with Ryan. I am now possessed by the ghost of Thomas Jane because I think Thomas Jane and Paul Walker look alike.
You're not wrong. I think it might be 5. It might be 5 because 5 is the one. It's the first one with The Rock, and it has probably my favorite car set piece in it, where they're trying to escape. I believe they're in Rio, and there is a giant bank vault strapped to the back of their truck.
Yeah.
And this thing is whipping like a wrecking ball through the city, just destroying buildings and cars. The Rock is probably climbing on it at some point. And when I think of all the great action set pieces in it, that's where my mind goes first. And really, that's why you watch these movies. Like, you get usually 2 per movie, amazing car-based action set pieces that are really well done.
So, Ashley, what about you?
6.
6.
Yeah, 6 also had The Rock, obviously, but he was in it more, I feel like. And then, because he was kind of more a part of it.
That was the first one as a good guy, right? Through the whole way through.
Yeah, he's like a cop in he's like a cop, right, or something.
Yeah, in 5 he's trying to stop the family, and then they recruit.
Yeah, in 6 he gives them immunity because he needs their help. So that's how they stop running from the law. Is that the Rock gives them immunity so they can help him with some national crisis or international crisis.
He gives Vin Diesel immunity.
He gives all of them immunity. It's also the last one with Han. And
what's the statute of limitations on DVD theft? TV combo
they've
theft.
committed so many crimes, guys.
They did.
Yeah, but that's the one that's the crime that's going to stick.
That's the big
the
one.
crime that's
That's
going
the
to
big one,
get him life. You got the chair because you stole DVD combos.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say for yourself? I didn't know they were going to. Anyways, David, what about you?
Oh, Tokyo Drift. Absolutely.
All right. I know.
Tokyo Drift is the greatest comedy released before 2010. It is amazing and it's hilarious, and I hate everyone in it.
Except for
best comedy, but that's just me. Chris, what about you?
So I think it's Furious 7 because Letty comes. We find out Letty is not dead. In fact,
Letty not deady.
She's not deady, but she's concussed. And so Dom has to win her heart back.
Oh, she has amnesia, and she gets it back at the end.
Yeah. She has 51st dates.
Yeah, and Dom has to win her over by just helping her remember through traumatic events that happen throughout the movie, and it's a true romance.
I'm surprised watching these movies would have made me think that the cure for amnesia was hit her in the head with a pan. That just seems like these kind of movies, like they got cartoon logic. So
in this movie, it would be a car.
Yeah, right. Or a DVD VCR combo.
Yeah,
maybe flew into the.
Yeah, if you have the budget.
Just want to throw this up.
It's really turned on by the trailer until.
Me, but the opposite. I'm like,
that's my third kink.
Big old bowl cut. That's my search term, bowl cut.
And on that note, which is a great note to end it, because I always end the show on a great note.
Great notes.
This is the end of our show. So thank you to Ryan, thank you to Ashley, thank you to David, thank you to Chris, thank you to Arthur for getting the stream set up. Thanks to Thomas Jane. Thank you to Paul Walker for possessing me for so long. Thank you for the audience for watching. Please like and subscribe to 2MB Studios on Twitch, and we'll see you all next week. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Family.